In cultural studies, identity is often confused with subjectivity. Identity is understood as an external framework, a set of discursive, socially assigned descriptions, while subjectivity refers to our internal sense of self, what it feels like to be a person. Subjectivity is shaped by personal experiences and internal processes, but identity is shaped by how others perceive us. For example, identity can encompass categories like class, ethnicity, gender, race, and sexuality, each contributing to one's social identity. This social dimension underscores the way identity is constructed and reinforced by society's normative rights, obligations, sanctions, and roles, as well as markers, visible symbols like language or attire that signify group membership. Anthony Giddens, a sociologist, argues that identity should be viewed as an ongoing project. It is not fixed, rather, it evolves based on cultural and social frameworks. This conceptualization moves identity from being an innate quality to being a social construct built and modified over time. Giddens emphasizes the importance of narrative in identity, suggesting that having an identity involves our ability to create a coherent, continuous story about ourselves. This narrative provides a sense of biographical continuity and coherence, making our identity meaningful. For Chris Barker, identity is not a static essence but an emotionally charged discursive description that changes with social and cultural shifts. This discursive aspect means that identity is influenced by language and the social frameworks of discourse, implying that it can be shaped by how we speak about and perceive ourselves. Barker also points out that identity is anti essentialist, meaning it rejects the notion of unchanging core attributes. Instead, identity is plastic, it can be molded and adapted. Identity involves construction, negotiation, and defense. It is constructed socially and culturally, negotiated through interaction and self representation, and defended as people attempt to preserve certain aspects of their identity. Identity in cultural studies is seen as a fluid, socially derived, and changeable framework through which individuals engage in self expression and social positioning, continuously shaped by discourse and evolving societal norms. Identity, according to Stuart Hall, is not fixed or stable, but rather a temporary and arbitrary closure of meanings. This means that identity is constantly changing and contingent on social and political contexts. Hall criticizes the older essentialist view of identity, which saw it as autonomous and unified, akin to Descartes' concept of the self: I think, therefore I am. Identity is shaped by articulation, which refers to how ideas and identities are expressed and connected temporarily. These articulations can be re-articulated depending on shifting power dynamics and knowledge frameworks, making identity flexible and open to reinterpretation. Media plays a significant role in shaping identity by interpellating or calling individuals to recognize certain images and narratives as reflections of who they are. This can lead individuals to adopt socially constructed identities through media images or cultural myths, which beckon them to conform to certain expectations. The flexibility of identity allows communities and individuals to engage in identity politics. The multiplicity and mutability of identity provide opportunities for political and cultural agency, as groups may redefine or re articulate their identity in response to changing